Hey, welcome to my patio, my garden patio. Hey, it's a work in progress. And before I forget, I hope all you mothers out there had a great Mother's Day yesterday and perhaps spent some time in the garden or at least got a flower, something. Anyhow, boy, it has been quite the weekend. My daughter and her husband and granddaughter and my new grandson came. So they've been hanging out. So trying to get some work done in the yard and spend some time and, all that kind of fun stuff. And then it being Mother's Day weekend and all. So let's get to a walk through my garden. Oh my gosh, where to start, where to begin, where to end? When will it end? Oh, wow. Okay. So you may have heard me mention last weekend that I had a spider mite infestation in the greenhouse. Well, all this white powdery stuff, I went ahead and used some, what's it called? Diatomaceous earth, and sprinkled it everywhere. I've got to get these spider mites under control. My brugmansia, my poor brugmansia, and it has a little flower on it. You probably can't see the spider webs, but I have tried a couple different options over the last couple weeks, and this weekend is diatomaceous earth. I had really hoped to have some gorgeous brugmansia. There's like 4 or 5 varieties here to sell, give away, whatnot. You know what? I'll see at the end of the week how things are looking. I gave them a good watering. I've treated them for pests, and we'll see if anything's looking good. I'll probably just end up keeping some to care for and revive for my yard because I want them, and then make a new plan for next year. Hey, gardening's like I guess like doctoring. It's a practice. With gardening, things aren't as critical when you make a poor decision or make a mistake. So it's all a work in progress. Next year I'll limit my adventure and learn from it and go from there. So I did get my what the heck is this? My elephant ears planted. I had 3 of them in the greenhouse that were just these little nubs from last year. They've been chilling, they're growing. Hopefully they grow some more, as well as some of the tubers, roots, rhizomes. I'll have to look that up. What are those? Got those planted as well. Look at my canna lilies. Remember last weekend I showed some of these. They're starting to grow. We are still protecting them from the beast who we call Ginger, our 8-month-old Great Dane puppy. She just loves the taste of canna lilies. She just rips them right out of the ground. I don't know that she loves the taste, but she sure does like to chomp on them. We've got some Musa, cold hardy banana that was overwintered. One pot I'm very hopeful for. The other one, who knows. But hey, check it out. Last year's Musa, they're really starting to leaf out. Here in a week or two, it's actually going to look like a Musa patch, a banana patch. Then all I got to do is get that cleaned up. So just for kicks and giggles, I went ahead and sprinkled some of this diatomaceous earth around. It's supposed to kill anything that's got a soft outside, those little bugs and whatnot. Gladiolas are growing. My crossvine bignonia is not dead. Wow, look at all the blooms on the blueberries. Ooh, and then the projects in mind. So this nice pot here, that is going to be for a special begonia that I'm going to grow on the patio. That's not cold hardy, but it is a bush begonia, so it could get quite large. Last week I hardened off my tomatoes that I bought at the Pierce County Master Gardener WC Extension plant sale. Boy, that's a mouthload. And with our warmer weather finally arriving, I've got those planted. I've moved this stock tank out into the yard. It had been in the greenhouse. I am not going to grow things in the greenhouse this year from a a grow and look and wow. I'm going to use my greenhouse this year as a area to propagate, care for things, intensive care, that kind of stuff. Because my hopes is to make some modifications to the greenhouse. Then over here, I am going to be installing a shade garden next weekend. My hope is either Thursday afternoon or Friday to install a shade garden. I have most of the plants. My plants that I've chosen are somewhat not, I tried to stick away from the really common ones, but there will be a number of begonias in this, and I will likely do a video, so you'll be able to check that out. Not sure if the wife had gotten around to starting the caulking project on the shed last weekend. I lose track of time, but it is coming along. My guess is here we'll soon see some paint. And my dahlia garden. I have got my dahlias planted. I overwintered all 18. 5 times 4 is 20. All 20 of my dahlias, and I only lost 2 varieties. I have many of a couple, well, I have many of the, there's a number of them I have multiples of, though I also purchased an additional 12 varieties. So those are spread out through here. And then these round ones, as I mentioned last weekend, are my Sunflower Steve Van Gogh Fantasy Mix sunflowers. So interesting. Those were $14.99 a packet. They had between 30 and 35 seeds in each packet. Now, granted, a lot of the funds there go to some worthy causes. He's got an amazing youth camp that he a lot of the proceeds go to. So I've never bought just a single packet of seeds, so I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but you know what? You pay for what you want, is my idea. And I wanted those, so I paid for them. And check out the fencing. You know, a lot of people are always worried about deer. What will the deer eat? They got to get deer fencing up. Yeah, I have that beast called Ginger, and she likes to trample things. So I used colorful tomato cages, as I did last year, for my dahlias, because I just thought, well, that's kind of cool looking. So we went with that route. The roses are doing really nice, need some attention. Random bucket, I haven't had time to clean. I've just been working this weekend. No new shoots yet on the bamboo. I am late on getting some fertilizer on them, but that's on the goal next year. My voodoo lily, remember last weekend I couldn't remember what this thing was called. It's a voodoo lily. It seems to be growing. My red hot pokers are doing well. No change on the palm trees. Something was eating that, so oh, what the heck, I'll just douse it. And the cardoon, wow, the cardoon. And here my honeysuckle, something blossom, or I don't know what it's called. I bet you got a tag in there somewhere. My granddaughter loves pulling out my tags, so I have to look back at my videos to see what was that thing that I planted to get the actual name. Here's my pomegranate. I'm not pleased with this. It took forever for it to leaf out last year. This year I've done a scratch test, and it really kind of seems, well, let's just say dead. But check that out right there. We might have something coming to life there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. And oh, look, the neighbor painted the fence. It looks amazing. I planted canna lilies here 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Ooh, and look at that. There's one there that the dog stepped on and broke off. There's one there she hasn't broke yet. Oh, this came over overnight. And well, I do think that's about it for the time being over here, but it's nice to see some growing. Boy, check out Horn Canna Company. They're in Oklahoma, I believe it was. just an amazing, they have amazing rhizomes. It's just, they're huge, just huge. And oh, the compost bin got moved. It's down over there behind that amazing bush. Last year's lupin, it didn't bloom last year, but look at it this year. Oh, we have a bumble. Pollinators. And then my evergreen clematis, evergreen clematis has finally reached up to the top. So that's just gonna keep on growing. And then I couldn't remember the name of this last weekend. Right here, this butterfly thing. It's called, here, let's check it out. It's called a Cinderella butterfly flower. Huh, isn't that cool? It only had one stalk last year. This year it's got many stalks. Hopefully next year it'll double and triple and keep on going. Here's my calamandin citrus tree. Yeah, it was in the greenhouse, so it's been dusted heavily. Rhubarb looks good, huh? Not pleased with it though. It didn't perform the way I wanted it to yet this spring, so I'm still, I bought new rhubarb. I'm gonna dig that out, got some sedums. And then, oh, the mess that is the greenhouse. We got one succulent. That was a propagation the wife started. Some pelargoniums, you might call them geraniums. Yeah, sad, sickly looking things. And then these things, I don't know what these are. I got them from some dead guy, not some dead guy. There was a gentleman that passed away that had a large atrium, and his family donated them to a group that I'm involved with, and ended up snagging these two. I'm not sure that the greenhouse is the best place for them, but they were ugly as sin in the house and were doing nothing, but now I see new growth on them. Well, let's go move to the patio. Look at that, my sage is blooming. My sage is blooming, my oregano, the thyme, I don't know if we got much time left there. And the chives, these are going crazy. This was an experiment last year, early spring. I planted these from seed year before, and we added, well, I was kind of trying to make a salad garden, but that's not gonna happen. Instead, it's a flower box. We will address that next weekend. And then we have a variety of other things that were slowly being eaten to death and killed. Oh, look at my granddaughter is here. Say hello, people.
Hi.
Say hello, people.
Oh, Papa.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'll say hello to my granddaughter. But I'm going to put these awesome little begonias with these gorgeous dark colored leaves intermixed with those light green vining things. And I think that's gonna look amazing. These are my bush begonias, Jean Daniels. Can't wait to see those thrive. And then much of this is my shade garden. We've got some wild geraniums. We have that are cold hardy. Ooh, we got this thing here. It's a variegated. It'll grow tall. It'll be amazing. We'll learn about what each of these are when I do my planting my shade garden video. A couple vining things. Hanging tomato basket, and then we have a tabletop tomato, red robin, so got to get that planted. And we already talked about those sad things. Oh, check out the bird of paradise. These also from that estate donation. We've got some new leaves forming. We have a new leaf that opened here. Can't wait to get those. And wow, did you guys know they have a variegated bear's breeches? Check that out. That is going in the shade garden. And then a rice paper plant. That, I think I'm going to put that where the pomegranate is. And then I finally got around to filling up this planter and planting my red Abyssinian banana. So we have that as well. My rhodogursia over here. Now, this is what I expected last year and was sorely disappointed. I put it in a larger pot, so we've got a lot of life and activity going on, but check out these buds. It's gonna bud. It's an apple blossom rhodogursia, and I can't wait to see it bloom and then fill out. And then all my other pelargoniums, geraniums. They've been properly dusted. So I think that's about it for today. Look at, so these are all the dahlia tubers and how I kept them, and they all did really well. I wish I could have gotten them in the ground sooner, because you can see a lot of them are coming to life, but I have all of those out in my garden, as well as some new ones that I purchased. So that's a quick little walk through my garden. I think it was quick. It didn't seem like it took long. You got to meet my granddaughter again, or for the first time, depending on if you're a returning viewer or not, as well as to see that it really is still a work in progress. I got so much to go on back here. But if you're curious, does this guy have any idea what he's doing? Is he just fumbling through it? Well, you know, a gardener to a degree is always just fumbling through it. But check out some of my videos from last year. Season 1 of Watch My Garden Grow, especially the Hawaiian barbecue weekend, Labor Day weekend. We're going to do another one of those this weekend. This summer, we're going to do another one on Labor Day weekend, that Saturday night. I'm going to change some things up, but just get an idea of what I can do with my yard. It's a tropical themed yard, so much is dead or dead looking until the warm weather arrives. Give it a couple weeks though, and it'll really start sprouting up, and soon I'll have time to actually take care of some of the menial stuff like weeding, getting rid of some of the straw that's still out and about, getting the irrigation system back up and running. So until then, I'm gonna let you go. Don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe if you will, share it with your friend, share it with your neighbor, you know, share it with the homeless guy in the corner. But go ahead and share it if you will. And I will be back next weekend when we have so much more done. Happy gardening.